This is a typical scenario-based question, and I've also seen this in a couple of past interviews from a lot of other people. They have also shared this question with us, and I'm sure you might have also seen this in a lot of interviews. So the question is, let's assume that you have joined a new team as a Scrum Master, and your previous Scrum Master left this particular team, and you came to know that this team is lagging or struggling in delivering the sprint commitment from last three sprints, let's say. So as a Scrum Master, what you are going to do about this particular situation, Nilab? How you can
Okay.
help your team? Yeah.
Yeah, I smiled because I remember I'm being put in this situation, couple of times. Okay. So I'm not asked this question, but I have been put. So I have practically faced this question. So not question, scenario. So I would say that okay, I have to remember that what I did. uh, okay, now coming from the Scrum Master interview perspective, if this question is being asked, then I would say the interviewer here is trying to know that as a Scrum Master, how would you respond? How would you respond to this scenario? And again, how are you explaining it? How what's your narrative of this scenario? So that's the main thing. So uh, here you have to little take a pause and then think of something and then go for the answer. So, as I said, the interview is waiting for your response. So, the response could even be asking more relevant questions to get clarity of the situation. That means, say, as the scenario says, that the team is lagging in delivery and the commitments for last three sprints. That means they are not at par uh, with the with the commitments, or said they are not adhering to the commitments. Okay, so here, okay, as Sunan said that I'm being embedded as a new Scrum Master. Even if you are not a new Scrum Master, even if you are the existing Scrum Master, you have to dig out a little. So more questions could be asked here, like why is the team lagging in delivery? Are the stories too big? If the user story is coming up being properly given the DOR, the definition of ready, I mean the acceptance criteria are properly there or not, because I've seen most of the time due to that the team could not deliver. Is the team getting pulled into other efforts or being distracted by some of the stakeholders? Need to investigate that, need to ask that. Not only ask, as I said, you have to go and investigate that. Then the other part is other question is that uh, is there a quality issue? Is there a security issue? Is the text stack stable? And are there any technical depths or the huge amount of technical depths which are got piled up? Um, then you just need to get into the team dynamics. Means their camaraderie is there proper camaraderie or not? How long the team has been together? How long or how well they know each other? How well they know each other's strengths and weaknesses? Then and understand how they been literally delivering values. So then, very important thing: are there any core dependencies? Uh, uh, are the dependencies being monitored and tracked and worked upon or not? So hence there are, and these questions will go on, etc., 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 etc. So hence there are lots of open questions to be answered before you take any decision. For example, understanding more about the commitment, what, how, when, to whom they have given, and what scenario they have given, what were the circumstances based on they have given the commitments till last 3 sprints. So understanding the challenges the team faced, any dependencies met, lack of information, unavailability of people, people going emergency leaves. So you have to little investigate that. So now having that, the SM could consider taking a look at the previous history of the team, as I said, and find out, is this a recurring pattern? Have they been into this scenario previously also? Had they been, sorry. Uh, Now, after that, after understanding of what the problem is, the Scrum Master could take actions, and usually it's not changing the team members. It's providing support to the existing team. So the action is not just you just go and take this kind of managerial actions. No, you don't have to. You can't. By the way, as a Scrum Master, the only scenario where I would consider changing team members is some disciplinary reasons, or when there are serious issues like deliberately some team member is avoiding responsibilities and producing poor results. So in those scenarios, you have to take it forward to the lead, or say to the line manager, and then with his presence, then take some action. So unless and until a person impacts negatively to the team, a Scrum Master must not take any action. Uh, and then I would say that in these cases, there should be an alignment with other key stakeholders, who have a say in this topic. Because normally, unless and until somebody raises a flag, this type of scenarios don't come up. Okay, say today 100 Scrum teams are running with 100 Scrum Masters. I would say almost 75 are having spillovers. Okay, without spillovers, you cannot go into a pragmatic world. So that doesn't mean that you will go and change. So we are having spillovers. We know spillovers will happen. So we know what percentage of the sprint goal is being achieved, or where we should go, and that we do normally in the retrospective sessions. And I will talk about that, because moreover, what a Scrum Master should do when he knows that, okay, last 3 sprints they are not well and delivering value, they're not adhering to the commitment. So the Scrum Master needs to keep an eye on the velocity every time. So it's his responsibility or her responsibility to bring this point in the retrospectives and see how this can be improved. He should talk to the team members, and he should work on some actions to improve the velocity in the upcoming sprints. So this Scrum Master can do having this scenario. So I would like to say that Scrum Master is a servant leader, and he can remove team members. Instead will help remove the impediments and to make the Scrum team successful. So I'll just utter the thing which I just mentioned, that here the event retrospective plays a very key role. I've personally seen in big organizations, in huge program, big size programs, how senior incumbents avoid this event. I have been told that retrospective is not required. Don't do that. But here we have a scenario where retrospective session plays a key role. So the team was well performing, say, per se the team was well performing previous in the previous sprints, sprint 1 or sprint 2, or say 3 sprints back. Then the Scrum Master should investigate that what went wrong, what happened during these last 3 sprints. He should go and dig the last level, the 3 sprints retrospective feedbacks. So normally, looking back at the conducted retrospective, and if you get some clues, that will help the Scrum Master to say address this situation. So many things can reach the can be a reason, like user storage in the sprint, level of micromanagement, and or changes somewhere in the company structure or the organizational structure, that must have got also into this. So usually there is more into looking into the team's difficulties, and there is more into knowing that when one team member is not happy and it needs more attention, the Scrum Master should work on that. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, thanks a lot, Nilap. Yeah, for this wonderful session. I'm pretty sure that who are going to watch this session and the way you have answered all these questions are really wonderful. The step-by-step approach which you have taken is really great. So thanks for that, Nilap. And yeah, I think we are done for today with this session. And Nilap, you want to add anything else? What we are going to consider for next upcoming sessions, Nilap?
Yes, I would like to say that nowadays interviews are not just face-to-face one-on-one sessions. I'm witnessing, even I'm also one of the panel members. I'm just we are also planning the structure of the interviews in our organization. So what is normally now with the new norms now taking place with the work from home scenarios going on. So what we do, we give the candidates a topic or a scenario or say some plan and ask them to create a say write up or to create a PowerPoint presentation or a say Microsoft Word explanation, and then we review that. So these type of things are also coming up. So I think we should cover some of the topics on that side. That what are the normal topics organizations are now
Yeah, I think
giving to
correct,
the
Nilap.
candidates. Okay,
Yes,
so
these things are picking up correct, Nilap, as you mentioned.
yes. I think some of the uh, companies, they normally give a case and they ask you that okay,
Mostly
give this.
product-based company, service-based company don't have that much time and or
Well,
patience.
no, I don't. I will not sound choosy, but still, I have seen organizations. See, each and every organization, be it a product company or be it a service company, they want the best of the candidates. Okay, they just don't compromise. Nobody nowadays, no organizations are compromising on the quality of the candidates. So, so that's why, be it a service organization or be it a product organization, this type of say selection procedures are now coming up and are being seen. So we will cover some topics. We'll cover some core scenarios or some very those scenarios which are normally being seen widely. So and then we will discuss on that. So that will help the future Scrum Masters to cross past the first
Definitely,
layer or the second layers of
definitely.
the
Yeah.
interview process.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Nilap. Definitely. So, friends, just wait for next session with Nilap. It's something different which you might have not seen uh, normally. So that's we are going to try to bring that also in upcoming sessions. Thanks a lot, Nilap. Yeah, thanks for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you, Sunand. Thanks
Thanks,
all.
thanks. Yeah, thanks all. Bye.
Bye.